Time to bring the bass back.
Mix is the beat of our culture. Your music.
I thank God for the opportunity to make music and for that music to be on a platform for people to come out and love.
Your stories.
It's gold for the Philippines.
The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers.
We bring you the latest and greatest impacting people from our community.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix.
It's just a true honor to be able to do this, especially with all the great Filipino talent here.
Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.
Step back three. He has got that.
Mix is the beat of our culture.
Hey guys, it's Abba 2Ebs and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Wednesday hump day, everybody who's tuning in live here on Mix. I'm so excited to be starting off my Wednesday morning with all of you who's tuning in right now. And I'm also really excited because in just a bit, I'll be having a very special guest who will be joining me. And he is a Filipino-Australian artist, and I'm having him on MYXclusive for the first time ever. So I'm going to get to know more about him, his music, and also his most recent single, which is called Vibe With Me. So everyone, please welcome to MYXclusive, Santos.
Woo! How's everyone? Hello.
Hello, Sin. Welcome to MYXclusive. It's your first
Thank
time
you.
here.
Thank you
How
for
are you
having me.
doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm starting off my Wednesday with this interview that we're having, and I'm really excited because, like I keep mentioning, it's your first time here, and I'm
It
excited
is.
to know more about you and your music. But before that, I do want to know, where are you calling us from today?
I'm in Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, perfect. So it's like
Yeah.
a little bit afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, over there.
Yeah, it's 2 p.m. 2 p.m.
Oh, okay, not too bad. Okay, good. The
Yeah,
time
I
difference.
think it's 11 around there.
Yeah, it is 11. It is 11:11. So if you guys believe in wishes and stuff, make a wish right now.
damn.
But yeah. So I'm excited that you're here, and you're starting off the year. Well, it's technically March already, but you've been releasing music, especially with your newest single. So how's 2022 been for you so far?
2022 has been great. Yeah, like you said, Vibe With Me is my first single out in 2022. I probably held on to it for a few months. I just couldn't wait to finally drop it. So it's a good start to the year. For sure.
That's really cool. Finally, it's out here for everybody to hear. But aside from music, what else have you been up to these days?
Nothing much really. Just just grinding, just hustling, doing my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we
sure.
always respect the hustle, obviously. That's really,
right.
really cool that you're still able to balance everything with music. I can imagine music is a big part of your life too. And I'm
100%.
excited to talk more about that. So actually, how did you start with music? Getting to know more about your musical background. Like, was this always something you knew you wanted to do?
Well, I guess as a musician, I have great confidence in my musical ability, and also coming from the fields, you're pretty exposed to. I was born in Bulacan.
Oh, no way!
I know Bulacan, yeah. So that's like 2 hours from Manila or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
as a Filipino growing up, I think you're just exposed to music at a very young age. There's always music everywhere you go, everywhere you turn. It's just like your titos and titas just playing music in the house and all that other stuff. So yeah, I think that's where for the most part, that's where the music journey began. But I didn't start making music until I think 2018 and 2018 is when I started to take it seriously. Started writing and stuff, and yeah, I just knew I was gonna sound really cocky. I just knew like you have to be confident in your art anyway. So I just think that I thought I was a star. Yeah, I thought I was a star at such a young age. And I thought I had it in me to start making music and put it out there for the world, so everyone can kind of relate to it. And I think that's the biggest part about being a musician.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Life is all about confidence. We never really know what's going
That's
to
right.
happen. So you just got to be confident with everything and
110%.
anything that you do in this life. So I love that. Starting off with that kind of energy, I think was a great
For sure.
motivator for you. I can definitely see. And I love that you were born here. So shout out to everyone who's from Bulacan. Sin is also
Shout out
from Bulacan.
Bulacan.
So
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
So where from
really?
Bulacan are you? Do you remember? From where?
I
Specifically?
don't know if you know Tabang Plaridel, Bulacan. You know where Rocker Village is?
Yeah.
Don't know if you
Wow,
would
that's
know.
so cool.
The
So
complex.
shout out to
Yeah.
everybody from there. I mean, Bulacan's pretty
Yeah.
huge, so shout out to everyone who's
Yeah.
from there. Sin, repping from
100%.
Bulacan, and I love that you said. I mean, as Filipinos, we love music. We grow up around like karaoke, videoke, diba? That's
Oh
like
yeah.
something that's part of
Miss
our
it.
culture. So do you remember like sometimes I can imagine as someone who loves music and makes music, sometimes you have like a musical awakening. Sometimes when you listen to one
Oh yeah.
specific artist when you're young, you're like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
amazing. So who was that artist for you? Do you remember?
Yeah, of course. I think about it every
Mhm.
day. I don't know. Obviously, you guys know Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's
Yeah.
been a big catalyst for me. It was just
Mhm.
around before I left to go to Australia, actually, back in
Mhm.
2010.
Mhm.
He was popping up everywhere. He was doing features. He was like, it was on Mix a lot. He was on MTV a lot and stuff.
Mhm.
You just see him, just like his work ethic was just crazy. And I think that's when I started. I just thought like, I could do that. What he's doing, thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, and he's kind of
Oh.
started me on my journey, to be honest.
Yeah, I super remember 2010. I feel like this is a big year for Lil Wayne. I agree. He had a lot of features
Yeah,
out,
for
a lot
hip
of
hop,
music out.
for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. It was the year of like Lil Wayne. Shout out to Lil Wayne. I mean, we
shout
don't
out
know
Lil
if he's
Wayne, man.
watching, but he just played at the NBA All-Star Weekend not too long ago too. So we love to see
Yeah,
Lil
that's
Wayne
right.
thriving after all these years. So it's so cool. You were able to take a lot of inspiration from him too. And you said it was around 2018 when you actually started to take music seriously. So what do you think was like the push for you to be like, okay, this is something I really want to do? Was it like something that happened and you were like, okay, I'm gonna make music?
It was more because I don't know if you remember, but there was a SoundCloud era it started popping, and I knew
Oh
that
yeah.
I s- yeah, I saw a lot of people like blowing up on SoundCloud, like, and I don't know, some of them that were blowing up, I just thought that I could do what they were doing too, and blow up off it.
Mhm.
That they're making it look like it was so easy, so I started in the hopes of blowing up and as a SoundCloud rapper. So that's where I started. But yeah, as time went on, I figured out that that wasn't the way. It wasn't no shortcuts or anything. It's something you
Mhm.
gotta build yourself up to. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely off the
Yeah.
SoundCloud era.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? You got
That's
to
right,
shoot your shot. You just got to try it out. I mean, if you didn't try it, then you might have not ended up where you are now. So I mean,
exactly.
in hindsight, the SoundCloud era
That's
is
right,
definitely. I feel like a lot of artists use that time also to kind of explore the
mm,
kind of music that they wanted to
for
create.
sure.
So for you, like Sin, if you were to describe the kind of music that you make to someone who has never heard your music before, how would you describe
Oh, this question.
it?
I don't know because I rap and I also do
Mhm,
melodies. So,
mhm,
um, this is gonna sound like it might be like just like in my eyes. I just think not the same style, but I think I do like a bit of what Drake does, where he can rap and he like sings melodies, like he can switch it up to like a love song type thing. But I also
mhm.
like do a lot of aggressive rap. I have songs out there on SoundCloud and Spotify and Apple Music, whatever. Has it got aggressive rap, and then the next single would be like a love song. Like it's just
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say like I'm like Drake
wait.
style, but I'm like definitely can switch between the two.
Yeah, we stand versatility. I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine. Like we
versatility,
love, yeah,
100%.
especially as a growing artist. I'm sure you want to try out many different styles and many different things with your music.
For
So
sure.
it's cool that you're taking this time to explore many different things that you can do as an artist too. And you said you're really into like melodies and like rapping,
Love
obviously. So
melodies.
how did you actually get
Yeah.
started like with creating music? Like did you like study it or like was it something that just came to you naturally?
Nah,
Mhm.
I think when I was a bit younger, living in the fields, I would write in like
Mhm.
the yellow thick ass notebook kind of not notebook, they're like pads of paper. It's like yellow, and
Yellow
it's just
pad?
like this
Yeah.
yellow pad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The shit, the stuff you use at school. And I would
Yeah.
write like little like songs on there, and I'd get my
Mhm.
my tito shout out Tito Pat to read it for
Mhm.
me and see if it's any good. But he kind of just like obviously couldn't relate. But for the most part, I think that's yeah, I've always done little things like that, and then
Mhm.
I know coming into the SoundCloud era, like I said, I started writing more of my notes, and so as time went on, my songwriting skills developed, and sure enough, I was releasing songs.
Mhm. Oh, I love that your humble beginnings from Yellow Pad, specifically Yellow
Yeah, the
Pad.
yellow
But
pad.
do you remember like the first song you ever wrote? Like what was it about? Or like do you still
First
remember?
song. Yeah, it's still on SoundCloud. So
Oh.
I'm sure you've heard. Yeah, you've heard of the song, Mask Off by Future,
Hmm. Yeah,
Percocet,
yeah, yeah.
Molly Percocet.
Yeah.
I did a remix for that, and I thought that was pretty fire. I'm guessing I don't know if that counts, but that's like my first
Hmm.
ever song that I've ever written properly and
Hmm.
put out. And I still listen. I listened to it the other day when I was in the studio.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fire. Not.
Oh, I love that. No, that's
It's still
great.
pretty
I feel
fire.
like when I talk to other artists and they talk about the first thing they ever made, they kind of cringe at it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
that's normal. But like for you, it's still be
yeah,
listening to it. I love that. That's great energy.
yeah,
And Mask Off, I think that's such a
yeah,
great song too. Definitely takes you
yeah.
back
It
to
is.
that specific time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When you hear it, it's like
100%.
you're transported back. So that's so
Yeah,
cool. So to everyone who's tuning in, if you want to check out, if you can find Sin's SoundCloud, you can find it there too. But let's talk more. Let's talk more.
Mask Off
I love
remix.
that you're shaking
Let's
your
go,
head.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So you guys make sure to check that out. But let's talk more, obviously, about your music now too. You just recently came out with your first single of the year, "Vibe with Me." So can you tell us
Yeah.
more about this track? Like, what was it about? Or, like, what was it like creating it, and what was it inspired by?
Vibe with me.
Yes.
Yeah. So Vibe with me. I've always wanted to do a bilingual track where I showcase my Tagalog, my native tongue, Tagalog, and
Mm-hmm.
English. So like mix the two up. I hear a lot of people doing it. Like people
Mm-hmm.
like Latin artists. They do the two bilingual stuff. And I've always wanted to do that. It's just a matter of execution, I think. And with this track, it just came naturally. And I know like Filipinos are a sucker for. We love the love songs. We love even with the, as you mentioned before, videoke karaoke. We're like singing that stuff to like with tears rolling down our cheeks and stuff. You're going through a heartbreak.
Yeah.
You're at a birthday or something.
Like 3 a.m.
You're off.
crying.
Yeah. You're on the red horse and you're just with your
Mm-hmm.
friends and. So I just thought like it's love songs. Like I love to rap for sure. I love to rap, but
Mm-hmm.
I hear a love song and I'm a sucker for love songs. So I thought that would be great
Mm-hmm.
to do that on a love track, a love song track type track, and the bilingual stuff that is, and it's just come out beautifully. I just think Vibe with Me is great.
Yeah, and I like you said, it's a bilingual track, and I really thought that was
Hmm.
cool. Because I mean, it showcases part of who you are, obviously, your
Exactly.
native tongue, which is Tagalog, and then English
That's
too, which
right.
I thought was really cool. So being able to kind of expand the horizon of the song,
Yeah,
more people can listen to it and appreciate it and relate to it. Of course, like
hundred
people
and
from the
ten percent.
Philippines and where you're from
Yeah.
and everywhere in the world. So I thought that was really cool, being able to put the two together. So what was it like writing for you? Like, was it really easy, like being able to write all your feelings in
It
Tagalog
was.
and like, 'cause it can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
very difficult. I mean, I have a hard time with Tagalog too. So
Oh,
what was it
really?
like for you writing this?
I
Yeah.
found it very easy. It
Oh.
was just flowing naturally for me, to be honest.
Mhm,
And like I think just having to think and like I could count like how many people are doing that type of stuff, the bilingual stuff. Um,
mhm, mhm,
in one hand, I can count who's doing like the Tagalog and the English and putting out in the world like just showcasing their roots. Not a lot of people are doing it, so I think
mhm,
doing that gave me more like a more of a motivation or even inspiration to I felt like that track just came up like that, just thinking about stuff
mhm,
like that because no one else was doing
mhm,
it. Like
mhm,
someone's got to put their foot put their hand up and kind of like pioneer it for the world to
mhm.
see. And I think with Vibe with
Yeah.
Me, I've definitely executed and done that.
Yeah, I think more and more we're seeing more artists be comfortable in using, their native languages. Like, I mean, I can
Yeah,
imagine for you, both English and Tagalog are two languages that you use all the time. And I think more and more we're getting to see those kinds of artists. And it's really cool that you're, also joining in that kind of
for sure.
movement too, making it more known. Like I said, being able to expand the horizon of the song. And I really love the song too, because it does give off
Thank
that
you.
kind of kilig, low key kind of
Yeah,
kilig vibe,
that's
because
what I
it's a
like to
little
hear.
bit like right? Because it's kind of like, you know, it's
Yeah,
not in your face love song. You know what I mean? Because there are really
yeah.
some songs that are like in your face love song, but this one is a little
Mm.
bit like low key kilig, kind of like staring at someone from across the room, that kind of thing, but not in a
Let's
creepy
go,
way,
baby. Philippines to the
right?
world.
Yeah. So, can you tell us more? Was it like building the track too? Like, I'm sure you had an initial idea for what you wanted to sound like. So, what was it kind of like building that?
Yeah, so I started off with just for this one, I
Mhm.
was looking for just like dancehall Afrobeat type stuff, like
Right.
type of beat. So I was just looking through the internet, YouTube, whatever. I came across this one. It was really fire, but the dude that was making the beats, he wasn't trying to negotiate with. I know you know how they have their leases and all that stuff. He wasn't trying to. I don't know. He wasn't trying to hear what I was trying to say. So I just got a local producer, Adrian Swish. Shout out Adrian Swish, man. He's fire. He's a
Mhm.
Melbourne city artist, and he produces as well, and he's just made the beat out of scratch, um, and he's put my vocals that I've originally laid from the other beat, and he's
Mhm.
cleaned it up and he's chucked it on his beat, and it's just come up great. We were lit after
Oh.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine too, because I feel like you had like this image that you wanted, or like this track you wanted to create, and you were able to, you know, share it with everyone through Vibe with Me. And I love that it still sounds like Filipino with the kind of like
Oh
tropical
yeah,
vibe, but also
yes
very like
sir.
current and modern, which I
That's
think is
right.
really cool. Being able to
Yeah,
express that through
thank you.
Vibe with Me. So to everyone tuning in, if you haven't checked out Sin Santos's newest single, it's called Vibe with Me. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. You guys can check that out, which makes us really excited too for everything that you have in store for everyone. I'm sure you have so many goals in terms of music and also life goals that you want to achieve for the year. So what else can we expect coming from you in terms of music?
Um, well, I'm actually working on getting a tape out, a little mixtape. Oops, sorry,
Mhm.
little mixtape to I was thinking like a rap tape as well as just like a melodic tape as well. Um,
Mhm.
but for the moment, I think I'm just gonna vibe with me. I like music video coming out. I got live performance video coming out for Vibe with Me. So definitely gonna see more of that. I just want people to hear it, man. Like I just want
Mhm.
all my Filipinos out there to hear it, my city to hear it. It's Philippines to the world. Like
Mhm.
this year is like we're not taking no for an answer. I think everyone's got to hear it. They got to
Yes.
see what like Filipinos can do for sure.
I totally agree. With this energy, guys, we're gonna manifest it. You know, we're gonna put it out there in the universe, and
Hundred
more
percent,
people get to appreciate the music from Filipino artists. Because where it is right now, it's like very international. You know, a lot of people can
100%.
definitely relate to it, definitely feel the vibes from it, which makes us really excited for everything that you have going on. So, how does it feel for you, Sin, being able to, you know, share your music, not just where you're from now, like in Australia, but also like
Mm.
people in the Philippines, having them listen to your music, and obviously all around the world too.
I think it's such a blessing. It's surreal. Like it's so crazy. I never ever thought that. First of all, I never ever thought that anyone would want to listen to what I want to say, what I gotta say to me. But like just people at home, like back in my old high school, like we still got a little group chat, the batch '09 group chat. Shout out
Oh,
from the Divine Light High School. Shout out everyone from there. And, you know, I just like people listening to it, my music. I never ever thought that, you know, people from back home would listen to anything that I'd want to say. It's just so crazy.
mhm.
Like not too long ago, we were you know, hanging out in Uman and stuff like that, and now I'm sending them my music. They're watching me on
I love
YouTube and
it.
all that stuff. So I think it's crazy. It's just I don't know. It's surreal. It's a blessing, definitely.
That is so crazy. I can imagine, like, kind of like an out of body experience, kind of like, is this really
Yeah,
happening right
definitely,
now? And I love that you still
definitely.
talk to your friends from high
Of course.
school, which is so great, being able to keep that connection. And yeah, that's also one thing I was wondering about. You said you moved to Australia when it was like 2010, right? So
Yeah,
almost like, well, my math serves me right, 12 years ago. So how
11.
do you kind of
Yeah,
feel?
something like
Yeah, or
11,
11,
12. I
or
don't know.
yeah,
It was
you know,
like the end of
math.
2010s. No, I'm pretty bad at
so
math, so you're probably right.
guys. I'm also bad at
suck at
math,
math.
so no, yeah, let's just keep it at more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, let's do
So how
that.
do you kind of keep in touch with that side of you? Like the Filipino side. Obviously, it's always with you, but like kind of like with the culture and where you're from.
I feel like Philippines is still heavy on the Facebook, and so I'm pretty active on the Facebook as well. Yeah, they love Facebook. Filipinos
That's
love the
true.
Facebook. They're not too big yet on Instagram. It's getting there, but I know my titos and titas. I have even like distant like lolos and stuff still on Facebook. So
Oh, yes.
that just tells you enough, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I absorb a lot of it through the Facebook. I speak to a lot of them through Facebook. Yeah, that's social media it's different now. Like you can just get in contact with whoever you want. So yeah, Facebook is definitely a big thing. Getting in touch with my Filo side, my family back there, my friends, everything.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to all the titos, titas, lolos, and lolas who are still
Yes,
on
sir.
Facebook constantly. I totally agree with you. Like, I agree. Like, all of them are on there, and it's just so cute to see. So shout out to all of them.
They love it.
And and like you said, the internet like is such a big way to connect people, and more like when I talk to artists, they're able to connect with fellow artists too through the internet. Like a lot of collaborations
100%.
we never thought would
Networking and stuff.
because of social media, right? So if you were to like work with any artist, like your dream collaboration, that we're gonna manifest right now for you, who would that be?
I think I have a big crush on LMA. I'd love to work with LMA.
Oh my
if you know
God.
LMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. But Dead or Alive, you're talking about?
Yeah, anyone.
Dead or Alive. I think Justin Bieber's fire. I think he's the GOAT. I think Justin Bieber's pretty fire. I don't know what type of track we'll come up with, but he's just a GOAT.
No, yeah. I love that. I mean, it was just his birthday yesterday. Obviously, I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I'm really happy. Like you said,
I didn't even
Justin
know that.
Bieber. I'm really happy.
I didn't know it was his
strongly believe-
birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday.
Shout out
for
Justin
everyone.
Bieber.
Yeah, shout out Justin Bieber. Happy birthday to you. March
Happy
1 was
birthday,
his
the GOAT.
birthday. So I would love
jeez.
that. Yeah, I would love to see a Santos Justin Bieber track because I strongly believe his music right now is so great too. So
It's amazing. Vibe with me
yeah.
remix, Justin Bieber. Let's make it happen. Justin, if you're listening, let's get it done, brother.
My God, if that actually really happens in the future, if you work with Justin Bieber, we are going to go back to this interview and we're gonna say we call it.
I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna go back to the Philippines and retire if that ever happens.
Oh my God.
No, joking, because it might happen.
Yeah, no, don't say that. It will happen.
I've only just
It
started.
will happen.
Yeah.
Yes, and after that, even more. You're gonna do even more after that. So
Yes,
shout out
sir.
to Justin Bieber. We're gonna manifest that for you. That could be your birthday gift to Justin Bieber. But
That's
thank
it.
you so much.
Yeah, yeah,
obviously-
it's my birthday gift to me. I feel like it's his
collaboration, right?
birthday gift to me if that ever happens.
No, it was his birthday, so we'll give it to him.
Yeah, it's his birthday gift.
No,
alright.
but
You can have it.
I love this energy. Yeah, I love this energy. It's so great to start off my Wednesday and also the Wednesday of everyone tuning in. But before I let you go, Sid, do you have a message to everyone who's tuning in too, and everyone who's been supporting you in your music?
I just want to thank everyone, man. Like I said before, all this is a blessing. Just like even being heard, wherever the music takes me, I'm just thankful that there's people actually listen to my stuff. Like I'm not that interesting, to be honest. No, but like shout out to everyone, man. Like everyone tuning in, everyone listening to my songs. Vibe with me out now. If you haven't listened to that yet, you're missing out. So you better get on that.
There you go, guys. And I disagree. I think you're pretty interesting. You have this whole
Thank
music
you.
thing going on. You have this energy that is so great. And thank
Yeah,
you so much
I
for
got a
sharing
little charm.
it here. Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for sharing it here with all of us, and of
Thank
course
you for
sharing the
having me.
music with everyone. So to everyone who's tuning in, if you haven't checked out his newest single, it's called "Buy With Me" once again. And while you're at it, make sure to check out all of his music too, available on multiple digital streaming platforms. And make sure to watch out for the music video for "Vibe With Me." And he has a couple of live performances too that you guys can check out. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. But thank you so much, Santos, for joining us here on a Mix today.
Thank you, Sam,
I
for
was so
having
excited.
me. Thank you.
Thank
Mix.
you. Thank you as well to everyone who tuned in to this MYXclusive interview. Once again, this has been Sam Tunes and Sin Santos. Thanks, guys.